So the other day, I was going to work, and I was in a terrible mood. I was not in a good mood. Right? I'm in the store, and I'm like, it's gloomy outside. Got my jacket on. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere tropical. I'm looking around. I'm like, what's the point of all this? What's the point? I don't want to live like this. I'm looking at everybody else. I'm like, why are they okay with this? Why do they all seem so complacent? What the hell is their problem? So I grabbed my dark chocolate, my kombucha, with my stank attitude, right? And I'm revealing my inner state right here on the internet to prove a point, a valuable point here. So I got my negative mindset. I'm in the line, the grocery line, and usually I talk to the cashiers, and I'm pretty much jovial all the time. That's how I like to be. But this time, I don't want to be talked to by nobody. I got an attitude problem today, right? So I get my dark chocolate, I get my kombucha, I'm walking out. I get in the car, I take a piece of dark chocolate, a sip of the kombucha, and I say to myself, Kev, this is the wrong attitude to have, man. You know this attitude isn't right. Shake it off, man. Eat some dark chocolate and take a sip of the kombucha and switch your mindset right now. So right then and there, I made the decision. I'm not going to have this negative mindset plague the rest of my day. I had a little moment, whatever. I'm not going to let the rest of this thing get to me, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Now back to business. So I'm out here driving, and I say to myself, okay, I'm good. I'm starting to get out of the funk, right? I'm pulling myself up out of it, and that's how I have to do. So I go pick up one of the orders. I go to the restaurant, right? I'm there. One of the workers comes from behind the counter, well, behind where the kitchen was, and he looks miserable. He looks like very low energy, and he just nods at me and then walks over to the fryer and stands there. He just stands there. Then he fiddles with the fryer and the fries. He shakes it, And I'm like, okay, so he went to do that. That was the priority. It wasn't me, the customer. I wasn't the priority. Like, going over there, staring off into space and shaking the fryer was more of a priority. So I say, okay. I stay calm. Usually, sometimes some of these things that would happen in restaurants would kind of irk me. Like, where's the customer service? But this time I'm like, okay, well, let him work it out. Let him figure out what he's doing in his head, right? The other girl was busy, like, doing a bunch of orders, right? And then she looks over to him and she goes, I think the pickup is here. And he goes, oh, he lifts up his head. And then he comes, and I give him the name. He gives me the order. I walk back out and I'm like, okay. Now there's somebody who's disturbed right now. First of all, he doesn't want to be there working at that job. I don't blame him. But when you don't give people good customer service, the day goes by so slow. You make the whole rest of the day a miserable experience. Now, if you switch your mindset to be like, I'm going to give everybody the best possible customer service I can, you'll notice your own vibrational energy rise when you do this. If you work at a restaurant, just try it. Just try it. You may not want to be there. It's miserable there. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to work there. I've worked in restaurants before. I don't like it either. But try it. Give the best possible customer service that you can. And you'll notice, damn, the day went by pretty quick. And I feel like I have more energy now that I'm out of work. As opposed to being miserable all day and avoidant. When you get home from work, you're exhausted. You're just exhausted. It's crazy how much of a difference your attitude can make in the workplace. And I was thinking about that as I'm driving away. And I said, you know what? This correlates to the same attitude that I had earlier today in the grocery store. What do you know? Good customer service is just like good people service. Now, I could have still chatted it up with the cashier like I always do, and got myself out of the funk a little bit sooner. So that's the point here of this video, is we got to take control of our inner state. And it's as simple as just changing the attitude and the perspective, giving good people service. It's basic customer serviceology. Choosing to have a good attitude in a bad environment is sort of like Moses parting the metaphorical Red Sea. We're in a Red Sea, right? We're in a Red Sea. We got to part that sea with our attitude. It's all a psychological thing. And because ultimately, we're not really, like, we're doing it for other people. We want to make other people feel great. But don't forget, most importantly, we're doing it for ourselves. Because if we don't put on our oxygen mask first, we can't save anybody else when the plane is going down. And even though the plane is going down, life is like flying in the sky, right? We're on a plane right now. Someday, when we're 80, 90, whatever, 120 years old, the plane is going to land. What are you going to do while you're flying high? How high are you going to fly? You know, I don't want to get too metaphorical and discombobulate the message, but I'm saying, like, look at your attitude right now. How can you change the attitude for the better? We're all going to have negative attitudes sometimes. You know, we're not naturally going to be super happy, high vibrational every single minute of the day. It's not realistic. You're not realistic if you want to be that way. You go through fluctuations, but you got to make the best out of the lows to bring yourself back up. I'm chilling over here. There's a lot of things we're about to do today. There's a lot of moves we're about to make. We just got to keep shining. We got to keep striving. We got to keep moving forward. We can't make it more difficult than it is. It's actually something that's pretty easy once we're able to tap into the right emotional state. So if you feel stuck, it's just like being stuck in the snow. And those of us who grew up in the Northeast know, you don't just slam on the gas pedal and pedal to the floor all the time. No, you got to back off a little bit. You finesse the gas pedal. You rock back and forth. You lightly tap the gas pedal until you gain enough momentum to get over the hill. It's the same thing in life. When you feel like you're stuck, you ease back and just get into a rhythm to gain enough momentum to get out again. That's all it is. You can do it. If you're feeling lost, depressed, or in a rut, just know that you can do it. Stop trying so hard and just finesse your way out of it. All right? You got this. I believe in humanity. We can make a difference. One step at a time. Keep a strong mindset. And rise one level at a time every single day. There's always a next level. No matter where we're at. We could be at rock bottom, or we could have backslided, but there's always a next level. Like if you're not having fun, you won't perform as well. You'll notice that too. In any line of work, especially if you're in a sales job, if you don't have fun in what you're doing, you don't perform as well. It's a known fact. So let's translate that into life in general. If you feel stuck, find a way to have some fun, man. Once you can do that, you can rise to the next level, one step at a time. Just take it easy and continue on your path, one level at a time. And we'll see you again on the next one. Peace. We're out of here. And we out of here.